How he's doing? People, he's alright. Just give me a wee second. Usual stuff here. Come on. Sorry, just bear with me a wee second. I'm just right, Kieran, I've just seen your message here. I'll send you a wee link to this once I get through what I'm going to get through here. Okay, cool. I'll leave that open for a minute. Right, sorry, I'm a wee bit stuttering here. I realise there's probably people there. How he's doing, people? I just wasn't in the right frame of mind with a lot to deal with last week, so I missed last night. Yeah, what I'm going to speak about today, well, I'll get to that in a wee minute. So for anybody new, just the usual stuff. The people here don't claim to know the full dimensions of the Earth. We know that we're being lied to in regards to what they're claiming the Earth actually is. It's an impossibility for you to be living on the exterior of a sphere, zipping through a vacuum with a pressurised system. Now, that's pretty much it. We refuse the globe. There's absolutely no measurable proof of a globe. That's the claim I was born into. That's the claim everybody was born into. The whole psyop aspect and the illogical mindset that people adopt that think they have to replace a flawed belief with some other fantastical belief is absolute insanity. People need to get real with themselves. People need to understand and realise the reality and the severity of the situation we are actually in. So I'm not going to go on with that. That's pretty much all I'm going to say about it. So for those of you who really grasp and understand the enormity and the severity of the situation we are in, must be well aware that it's not going to be left unchecked. So we have loads of methods being employed. Anything grassroots, any type of movement, if you want to call it, is always going to be infiltrated, and it's going to be infiltrated from the off, particularly those who are, strong in voice and those who are strong in action. They're going to have to align with that. They're going to have to adopt it and then keep control of it. The reason they do so is it gives people the idea or the illusion that these people are genuine, and at the same time they build networks, they build data collection, and they start to corral people, okay, into little pens. So that's like the analogy I'm going to use. If we look at sheep, now, imagine you're a sheep. Now, it will not be hard for you to imagine you're a sheep. You've been imagining you live on a spinning, nature-defying rock the majority of your life, so to suspend your disbelief and imagine you're a sheep, it's not going to be that hard. And you need to also imagine that you're a talking sheep. Right? I know it's difficult, but sheep can talk in global la la land. So, if your sheep being penned up and these sheep realise they've been penned up and they start to scatter, what these sheep will have learned is that there may well be safety in numbers for certain instances, but if they start gathering in groups and start inviting sheepdogs in to pen them into certain pens and corners, then they're going to have the same issues as they had before. So it's pretty much the same thing that's happening here. People are scattered. People are realising what's going on. People are waking up from the pen they are in. And what is now happening is that as time goes on, people are looking to the sheepdogs or the farmers to show them which pen they should now go into. Okay? What you should have learned is that you need to stand on your own. There is no unity, there is no community, there is no safety in numbers. Your responsibility and your duty is for you to be intellectually honest, brutally honest with yourself, and to represent objective truth, objective facts. If you want there to be change and you want to make a difference, that's where you need to stand. Okay? It's fucking very simple. Any other movement, you can check it in history before that has gone by that was detrimental or a threat to the establishment, the narrative that was going on was infiltrated, split up, controlled, and put into various pens and boxes until it dissipated. So you need to be very careful of that happening, and that is happening here, and it's going to be very difficult for people. Now, before I get into this, this is in no way, shape or form any kind of ego-based scenario. I am not interested in being famous or relevant or accepted or any of these fucking things. If that's who I was, I would be on here trying to be entertaining, giving it music, creating videos, making cards, getting cartoons made of my introductions and all this stuff. Plus, you know, I would be networking left, right and centre, running up and down the country, formulating networks. But that's not who I am. Okay? I'm honest and I'm here with integrity and to establish, you know, some real truths and to push through with some real truth. So this is in no way, shape or form ego, jealousy, sour grapes. I'm going to explain my path, my journey, and where I'm right now, and the people I've encountered, right? Because it's concerning to me, and it's things that we need to speak about. And if you get these people, like you will see, who are trying to shut you down, who are pushing this narrative of unity, 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 kumbaya, and our little campsites and our little get-togethers, and oh no, we only real recognises real, unity, 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 real recognise real. Fuck off. I can see right through your absolute bullshit. Okay? So if people are trying to shut you down from airing your concerns and speaking freely, fine. Don't accept them. Be very wary of them. Okay? Now, this is in no way, shape or form anything to do with anybody's personality. I am not focusing on any of these people in regards to an argumentation to win arguments. People focusing on personalities when it comes to a logical discussion of objective facts are invoking a fallacy. This is a different aspect, a different matter. As I went back to it, if you really understand the severity of this, you need to understand the personnel that are going to be involved in it. Do you think the agencies and the governments and the powers that be, the controls, are just going to let us all run willy-nilly? No chance. Not a fucking home hell. So where are they? I keep saying it. Do you think they're going to flash their 007 badges? Eh? Or are they going to come in, professing to be like me and you, professing to be real activists, but yet all they want to focus on is networking and data collecting up and down the country? Some serious questions to be asked. Some serious questions to be asked of yourself and what it is that you're contributing to. So again, I ain't here. I don't give a fuck what anybody's got to say about this, and I'm sure the attacks will come, because the last time I mentioned a tiny wee bit about any of this, the amount of attacking that came was incredible. I've had messages on my Facebook recently saying that the same characters are still bad-mouthing me and my character from previous events, and they're still at it, right? Because the problem is anybody who has a voice or any real grassroots people who have an impact or an influence are a real problem to them. Right? This is why they want to paint people that mean a bad light while professing their kumbaya unity campsite brotherhood with fucking strangers up and down the country. This is why they're doing it. So we'll get a wee bit into, you know, what the possibilities for why these things may be happening. We'll get into the possibility that I'm just talking utter crap, that I'm paranoid, which, you know, their gaslighting tactics that they tried to, you know, achieve on me would have been the end result. Oh, Adele's just paranoid. Oh, no, Adele's no fucking paranoid. This is why Adele doesn't reach out and get involved in wee circles of society and all the usual fucking bollocks. No, I still have maybe 3 people maximum that I have any regular communications with through this, and that's for very good reason. You don't need a fucking group. You don't need to belong to any fucking group. If you're looking in that road, you're going to end up in trouble. Right? This lesson that anybody should have learned is be an individual, empower yourself fully. And if you get that and you achieve that, you're not going to be looking to be getting involved in groups and accepted in wee circles. You need to be secure in yourself. So when I talk about unity, I'm not talking about kumbaya unity, let's all be buddies, let's all meet up round the campfire and tell fucking stories and hug each other. That's not what I mean. I mean, fuck you. I don't need you. I'm not wanting to be accepted by anybody. I could not give a fuck whether you like me, hate me, love me. Don't care. I look at myself as a representative for the objective truth, the facts. Nothing to do with me and my own selfish needs and gains. My selfish needs and gains is to find out objective truths. So when I'm looking for unity, I'm looking at individuals who I can see representing themselves, standing on their own 2 feet. Just to name a few: Harry Growler, Beyond Belief, Mr. Cheswick. That doesn't mean I'm leaving anybody out. They're just the names that are coming to me right now. People who, as I say, stand on their own 2 feet and represent what's really true. They don't go about trying to network and build up wee groups and cliques all up and down the fucking country. People who maintain their integrity, their stance, and they represent the objective facts. That's the unity I'm talking about. No this bullshit fucking huggy kumbaya pish. Oh, let's organise this and let's all meet up here and I'm going to take control of it. Fuck off. Why do you think I never engaged in any of that? Eh? Fair enough, I have the wee meet-up things just to get a feel and to see who's who and whatever else, but I'm not interested in data collecting. I'm not interested in kumbaya campfire shenanigans. So, I'm going to ramble. And I'm probably going to continue to ramble to get my points across, what has to be said. And I'll get to the reasons for why I'm here with us right now. And as I say, I tried to air my concerns about this previously, and it was met by, you know, quite the furore. And all I can offer you people is, as I say, for me, I stand in integrity. I'm not here bullshitting anybody. So I'm not interested in popularity for the sake of being popular. I've expressed why I'm here. Right? So the only thing I'm going to offer you is my experience of these people and how it came about. And I'm going to highlight some of the flaws, and we'll see in some of these comments here, and I'm going to add to that with my experience, because I have serious questions about some of these characters who brushed up alongside me. To me, it seems to get some sort of notoriety or credibility, and from then on in, went and pursued their own selfish endeavours, while at the same time networking with kumbaya and contacting many people from my comment sections, going behind in the undergrowth, making these connections and then professing themselves to be the activists, the main man activists, authoritarian type leader shenanigans. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay? So, about the same shit. Division. It's not about division. This is what I'm saying. People that keep saying that, oh, it's divisive, it's divisive. Divisive to what? Divisive to the manufactured little cliquey circles. You shouldn't be in cliquey little fucking circles, so there's nothing to divide. You should be an individual. How can you divide an individual unless their attention's spread across external sources? So none of that makes sense. These fucking mantras that they throw out there. All these mantras is to try and shut people down, to stop people from expressing what it is they actually see. Before I get to that, I'm not accepting any bullshit excuses for these people that are appearing in mainstream TV. They're fucking at it. If you're going on mainstream TV, weekly equipped with the bullshit that's been offered and that I've seen so far, I don't fucking trust you. That distrust can either be for two reasons. Either you're too fucking stupid and you don't fucking realise the depth and the severity of what's actually going on and you just want to be on there for the sake of it, or you're deliberately misrepresenting this thing for whatever agenda is going to unfold. So I don't accept any bullshit, weak pish reasons for why you're so fucking flimsy when you appear on mainstream TV. You should be smart enough to have it figured it out by now. And if you're going to get in a position of mainstream TV, don't sit here like a little fucking bitch letting them dictate the way it's going to go. That's why people like me will never be contacted and invited to go in and speak to Philip Schofield and fucking Holly Willy Booby. So I'm not going to sit there going, oh yes, yes, Philip, yes, Holly, I'll let you dictate the way this conversation goes. What the fuck? This is why I get involved in it, because there was no real representative of the common man. All these fucking game players, right? And what I'm going to talk about in a minute, for me, if people have studied enough through the previous times, you'll have heard of things like common purpose. So if people know what common purpose is, and if you don't know, I'm not going to be here to wipe your ass away and find out about it yourself. So when you understand the common purpose in these types of organisations, you have to ask yourself, where's it being applied? Where are these personnel? Where are they being applied to? And for me, it's right here. And this is what's allowing them to network up and down the country. You get people that are involved, that are professing to be involved in the care institutions, council, other avenues of government, who are now involved in this thing. So what's it for? Is it to try and have a big push to ridicule and brush it under the carpet? Or is it a big push to keep control of it while they unravel the narrative, the storyline? At the same time, making sure any real people who have a big voice get pushed out and they maintain their stature. It's so blinding for people with this, because you get these characters just appearing from nowhere and they profess to be real and they look as if they're doing activism and they're blah, blah, blah. Oh, they're real, they're genuine. Look at them, they're activism. Oh, if they're being active and they're activists, they can't be here for some ulterior motive. No way. This is what I'm talking about, infiltration from any other type of movement that's gone before. Do you not think they've learned? Do you not think that as this was unravelling, they'd have personnel sitting ready and waiting? So that when people like myself decided I'm going to start getting active and start really voicing myself about this, they wouldn't be there to try and brush up alongside you. So, before I even go to it, I'm going to reiterate it. Unity is unified within yourself as an individual, empowered, standing on your own fucking 2 feet, representing you, what you know, and what you can articulate, without the necessity, the feel, the need to be part of some fucking group, because groups are hierarchical. They can be corrupted. An individual can't be corrupted unless that individual is extending himself out to be accepted in external circles. I don't give a fuck about external circles. I have lived the majority of my life in isolation. No needing anybody. I don't give a fucking monkeys. Don't give a rat's ass. So this is not about popularity. It's not about any of that. It's about speaking your fucking mind, representing the truth of the matter. And I have questions. I am justified in why I'm questioning these things through my experience. So once I get through this, I would like to invite Red Machine Kieran. I referenced a conversation I had with Red Machine Kieran, and I never asked him if I could say his name previously, which is why I didn't, in regards to the experience and the isolation and the emotions that you experience going through this process. So I'm hoping that Red Machine Kieran's going to join me. I'll send you the link, Kieran, if you're listening. I'll send it to you on Facebook to come in and join me once I get through what I want to get through here. So, right. So why am I saying what I'm saying? Where is that when? Just bear with me a wee second here. Well, so can you just tell me if that's sharing all right, aye?
Yep.
Right, okay. So, this user, Roxanne Glenn, who has appeared and started doing live hangouts. Now, it caught my attention what was going on in the live chat box. It caught my attention and what was being said in the live hangout. And it's also caught my attention what's going on here in the comment section. So, we've got this character here that I'm sure many people are aware of. Such honesty and integrity from you, Roxanne. And I love that you're focusing on unity. Now, see this, such honesty and integrity. This is the same bullshit I heard from this character before he brushed up against me, right? Before he professed that he was for me and what I was saying was the truth and honesty and integrity. Yet as soon as any kind of notoriety with the activism, the street activism came about, this character soon jumped ship for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever, other than, you know, we can only assume. But we'll talk more about that. And I love that you're focusing on unity. What unity are we talking about here? What unity? I'd love to know what this fucking unity is and what it's going to achieve. Right? And we'll talk more about what their idea of unity actually is, because it's a very selective unity between targeted and selected individuals. It's no unity across the broad spectrum. Certainly doesn't apply to me, the person that facilitated and gave them an arena to fucking go about getting themselves popular and networking. Right? That unity soon went out the fucking window as soon as this person here, me, started airing his concerns. Thank you. I'm drawn to people who talk about unity amongst genuine flat earthers. So we're getting a bit of NLP here. Now, I've clocked with this person that's doing this. There seems to be a bit of NLP going on. I heard her talking about me, bumming me up and saying how great I was, then referring to this chap and how great his activism is and his format that he has for activism. Oh, I wonder where he got that from. So, unity amongst genuine flat earthers. So they are putting it out there in their NLP that they're genuine, although none of this has been established. And I would love to know how much of a relationship this person here, Mr. Smith, has had with Roxanne to establish honesty and integrity from her. And that she's about unity. How do you get that? From watching a couple of fucking YouTube videos? I would love to know. And trying to encourage people coming together. Coming together for what? Again, I'm asking these questions. Coming together for fucking what exactly? Eh? What does gathering in groups achieve? We can do this while respecting each other's differences. So I like blue, you like blue, he likes red, she likes green. I mean, what are we talking about? What differences? There is no differences when it comes to the objective facts. That's the beauty of this whole thing. This question, this scientific question, is about objective facts. So, what does differences go to do with it? The problem with differences is when you start cutting people into fucking groups and you have different personality types and different opinions on subjective preferences. This doesn't apply to this question. I want to see more respect amongst us all in flat earth. Is that right, Mr. Smith? You'd like to see more respect amongst us all? Well, let's have a wee look at the chronological sequence of events, shall we? That put you in the position that you're in. As I say, this Mr. Smith was nowhere to be seen. No presence, no activity whatsoever until Muggins here started getting active, and Mr. Smith professed himself to be all for the message and would like to video these things. Now, that was fair enough. But what started to happen was that Mr. Smith decided he was going to start doing his own videos of street activism using the same format as me, which is fair enough. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to decry anybody of that. If I offer people tools, that's fine. You know, people are free to use these tools, empower themselves, whatever. You know, no problem with that, no issue with it whatsoever. So, when this character started, it started to become obsessive. Uploads continually, and it was expected that it was going to be on my channel. And I had to have words and say, well, you know, for me, it's not about that. This is not about likes and subscribers and all that stuff. You know, for me, this was about showing a format, showing people that if you're committed to it and you understand the language, you can get out there and you can express it and you can engage with people. That was purely my incentive. My incentive was never to be, oh, I'm going to continually do the same thing over and over and over and over again just to get people's attentions and likes and subscribers. So my words to this man were, no, I don't agree with this persistent uploading every fucking day, you know, continually, because there's various different reasons for that. Number one, this is not about entertainment. Okay. Number two, I am very cautious of giving people the impression that they don't have to get active, that they don't have to do anything, because they can sit back and put their trust and faith in the internet gurus who are getting active for them. And flooding it with, you know, an incredible amount of the same old activism videos just gives people that impression. Doesn't encourage them to, you know, formulate different avenues and ways of attack. It doesn't empower them in any way, shape or form. It's disempowering. Now, this, for me, it was used to facilitate notoriety and a name. And from that moment on, this person here started to contact the people in my comment section, gone behind my back, arranging activism, you know, videos and meetups in Glasgow Town Centre and surrounding areas, without informing me or without thinking it would be respectful to involve me in some way, shape or form. No. This guy just goes about acting like he is Mr. Interview Guru and that he's the authoritarian and that he'll show you the ways and all this fucking bump. So, I'll get more detailed on why I'm so annoyed at this and why I'm justified in asking these questions, because I've never had any resolve on it. The last time I tried to bring it to light, I just got attacked by the Fukers mob, John Thor, John Smith, fucking all that crew who are all networked and connected. Fukers, John Smith, John Thor, fucking FE Core, they're all the fucking part of the same. For me, they're a network of common purpose. People involved in different avenues of council, care, whatever, you know. I think for me, this guy professed to me and a few others that he was involved in some sort of care sector or troubled youths. So take for that whatever you like, and that he could never show his identity because he had a year left on his retirement, right? And it was told to me that his ex-partner was a lecturer or some sort of person in education. Now, subsequently, he's told to other people a different story, and he's also stated that his ex-wife was ex-MI5. So this guy, if he is an authoritarian involved with troubled youths, would have access to many personnel, which I think has been self-evident. If you go and look at some of the people he's wheeled out with him into the world of activism, or apparent activism. So, let me just see what's going on here. Hold on. So, I'll go through it. You know, the chronological sequence of events is just like I've stated. Now, from that, And as soon as I started to air my concerns, certain alliances seemed to pop up. We had Kumbaya, Brotherly Love from Mr. Smith, a chap called Mick, a chap called, what's the name, something, Stealthy 300, and Mindfulness. Now, this Mindfulness chap had professed to want to be my friend and had various interactions with me over the course of a year, and professed to be some sort of friend. But then that broke down because this person was irate that I was never mentioning his name because he wanted to some notoriety. Now, all of a sudden, this Mindfulness and these other characters that I'm talking about are all meeting up. And they're all kumbaya, brothers in arms, brotherly love. Well, you know, I'm sitting out here in the outskirts, scratching my head going, what is going on here? Now, it's clear to me now that it was a tactic of gaslighting, trying to put me in a position of self-doubt and questioning my own sanity. Because why are these people all so friendly with each other while I'm sitting here isolated? Why, you know, nobody's reaching out to me. I'm not getting contacted by very many people. But yet these people seem to be networking and having contacts all over the place. So, you know, there's been various aspects of this John Smith character. So again, back to his whole narrative of, oh, I've only got a year left until I retire. He asked me to remove a video of him being inside a library because he didn't want to offend the council. So I had alarm bells ringing at that time, and I was justified in having those alarm bells ringing. So after a year, still no show. Nearly 2 years, year and a half gone by, still no show. So what is it with this guy? Is he involved in aspects of troubled youths who've maybe come through some sort of institutions? Is he scared of his face being seen so that other people who recognise him may come forward and tell the real story? Because for me, this guy is reeking of authoritarian. And we'll get to why, and we'll see some of that in some of the comments here under Mr. Cheswick's concerns, which he's justified in. So the response. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me. This really is what the truth needs. More unity amongst us all as much as possible. Now hang on a minute, look at how empty this is. Do these two know each other? What kind of unity are we talking about between strangers on the fucking Tinterweb? Is it just there for people reading it? Part of their wee narrative to show that their kumbaya network groups up and down the country are warm and somewhere that you can go and be a part of? I'm right behind you. Well, Roxanne, if you're genuine, I would fucking watch you because that's what this chap told me. And as soon as he get his opportunities, he backstabbed and went behind and started networking. Very disingenuous, so I would be very fucking careful. I want to go jumping in. Oh, what's this? Real recognises real. This is another mantra I've seen being bandied about. What do you mean, real recognises real? How are you working that out? How are you working out that he or anybody else is real? Would you care to address it and articulate it as well, how you figured these things out? Or is it because you already know each other? Yeah? And if so, I wonder how you know each other. Maybe you don't need to know each other. Maybe you just need to be aligned to a common purpose. So, this was the one that really fired me off to make the decision that it was time to start talking about this stuff. So again, I'm going to reiterate to people, if they start professing this is about ego, there's in no way, shape or form about ego. Think about it. What is there to gain in an egotistical sense from what I'm doing right now? Absolutely fuck all. Absolutely nothing. So, censorship, what does that mean, Roxanne, if that is your real name, of course, question mark. A little birdie tells me you joined YouTube in 2010. Okay, so you do nothing in YouTube for 8 years, no uploads, nothing at all. Then all of a sudden you're a flat earther from out of nowhere going live to the masses, preaching to the choir. Meanwhile, everyone else gets banned, censored and porn bombed. So please, if you'd be so kind, enlighten us on your journey of flat earth enlightenment. Don't forget, if you censor this comment like the others, then you just expose yourself for what you are. Think screen capture, then the capture uploaded to YouTube for all to see. So think before you delete this comment, my sweetheart. Please enlighten us all on your journey. Why wait 8 years to make a video? So, Mr. Cheswick, being an articulate, critical thinker, is quite entitled to question these things because, as I've just pointed out, you have to be aware of infiltration. In regards to this, if you understand the enormity and the severity of it, you know these characters are going to be popping up left, right and centre. So Mr. Cheswick is justified and right in his questioning and his reasons for questioning. Now, I'm the same. I encourage everybody to question everything that is going on. Again, personalities and people in their personal lives should be of no interest to you unless, of course, you're looking to join up with them in some sort of little society, right? So, when it comes to the personalities, it's a different thing when personalities are being focused on in regards to a discussion or a debate, whatever you want to call it, about objective reality. Now, when people resort to the personalities while it's about a discussion of objectivity, there's an issue there, okay? But questioning the personnel, where they come from, what their motives are, is, you know, you must question that, you must look at it, because it will start to become obvious. So the response to that here, this is some of the mentality that we see so often. Take a rope and tie a noose. Put the noose around your neck. Traitors should be hung. Traitors to who, concerned citizen? Traitors to who? And traitors to what? Is that not a wee bit strong? Remember that when you want to take sides against good people. So, who are you talking about here? And what sides are you talking about? And who are the good people? And how did you work out that they were good people? Questions that need to be answered. And talk shit to a good woman who I respect. We are the 99%. I don't really see him talking shit. I see him asking questions about his concerns, which he's entitled to. And a good woman, I don't know the woman. I don't know if you know the woman. I don't know how you're placed to say that. And what does good actually mean? And you respect that. And you are the 99%. 99% of what exactly? I would love to know. So she's quite happy just to say thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. I take it you're talking to concerned citizen. Not that you deserve a response. Why? Because as I explained in this video and in my first hangouts regarding my journey, not everyone is a natural with regards to making content on YouTube. You rock. Don't mind the mindless. Still, no real, addressing of what he's actually saying. Or, hang on now, let's understand the situation we're in here. Of course, people are going to be critical and have concerns. Let's address this with some compassion and some integrity and some real upfront honesty. No, this looks like, just resort to attack to shut them up because somebody's rocking the boat. Pretty similar to me before when I highlighted my concerns about certain characters and their networking that was going on. I received a backlash pretty much the same, in little Facebook groups that are still going on that I don't have access to, I might add. I have your back unto death, sister. What are we talking about here? Have you lot got a little pact that none of us are part of? This sounds like secret society type talk here to me. We will fight with God for good. What good's that? What God? Never give up, never surrender. We are Sparta. Love, Roxanne. Many men could take a lesson and courage from you. And I know I spent 4 years in the pen. Thank you so much for what you do. You do it well. God bless you and your loved ones. So, not that I'm saying about this chap here, but when I refer to common purpose, people involved with, you know, officialdom, right? What I think these people are. You're going to have access to a lot of troubled people, people who have been in the institutions, whether it be prison, homes, foster care, whatever it may be. So, Mr. Cheswick, no, you're right, Rox. I don't deserve a response, do I? I guess I'm just a paranoid android at the end of the day. Because that's what they want you to think. That's exactly what happened to me when they tried to gaslight me. They wanted to paint me as being paranoid and paint me as being egotistical because I was concerned about people who mimicked what I was doing and then started to network behind my back and building a network without involving me in it. I'm sure you're the real deal, like a genuine, honest girl with a genuine passion for truth after 8 years of nothing in YouTube. Then wham, wow, the earth is flat, guys. I'll have a go on YouTube to go live and share this revelation, shall we? Now, what I have to say about that is there may well be people who never participated in any activity in YouTube and felt compelled, you know, once they had the realization that this was something they wanted to be outspoken about. So I'm not going to decry anybody who never had a presence beforehand. But still, you know, I share your concerns. Anyway, I'm pleasantly surprised you haven't called me a nut job yet for questioning your authenticity. Exactly, because that's exactly what I was called, an egotist, jealous, sour grapes, green eyes, whatever you want. Aren't you going to try that one with your new audience? Or sorry, should I say market, or whatever it is you guys call it these days? You have the same passion as the crisis actors have in the staged terror hoaxes. In other words, you're not very convincing. Well, I feel that too. And it's the same with people like Mr. Smith. I see a real lack of warmth and compassion and sincerity in much of the interactions. I just see a regurgitation of the same narrative from the very first video. And it's really just about maintaining a presence in order to network and continue the networking. We never see any narrative of empowering people as individuals. We see idolising and following pretty much from Mr. Smith as well. You'll see them in other videos. They have a mantra of Eric Dubai, Eric Dubai, Eric Dubai, and nothing else. Nothing about what it involves in empowering each individual. Nothing about laying out the foundations of discussion in regards to what science actually is and how we proceed forward. There's never any of that. You just have to look at the videos and start dissecting them, and you will see these things. Other folks will support you because, you know, you do try to come across as sincere and genuine. Exactly, and this is what blinds people. This is what I'm saying about, do you think they're going to show up flashing 007 badges with tuxedos and glamorous outfits on at the casino? No, that's not how it happens. They look as scruffy as me, you, and the fucking tramp in the street. Whatever it takes to appeal to the common man and any movement of the common man, these people will mimic, they will adapt, they will network, whatever it takes. So you need to get a bit deeper with your discernment and your critical thinking. Start having a real fucking look at what's going on. Nice try, kid. You're either thick as fuck, don't know what you're talking about, or you're a fucking fraud. And my money is on the latter, but time will tell. Time will tell, our kid. So I'll be the first to say, fuck you. So we got a response. Thank you so very much. That's not somebody who's reading, who's interested in trying to resolve or get any kind of dialogue going. I'm going to leave your comment right where it is so everyone can see how disgustingly vile it is, right? So she's professing that she's on some sort of high horse, that she's above it, and she'll leave it there to show how low life this person is. That's the NLP that's being implied here. That's what is this person is implying, that this Mr. Cheswick is no worth the shit in your shoe. And that is totally the opposite. We have somebody here who is totally justified and right to be questioning. So everyone can see how disgustingly vile it is. All my friends and family know how long I've been awake for, so now we're emotionally appealing. All my friends and family, who none of the viewers are anybody reading that I've got in touch with or know anything about whatsoever, So we have an emotional appeal here that's going on. Hang on here, shut my squeaky door. Or is there a rule book stating we have to make YouTube content in order to confirm we know? Is there a rule book stating we have to make YouTube content in order to confirm we know the earth to be flat? Away and have a good word with yourself. That's not what the person was asking, you know. You're wrong on every point you have made. Yes, time will tell you that one day. You will owe me a sincere apology for the fact that you were wrong. Done. That may be the case. That may be very well be the case. Folks, if you can't see through these two clowns, more fool you for being so trusting. That's all I'm saying. 4 years in the pen, concerned citizen said, haha, get the fuck out of here, look at the dude's videos. CC, you fucking tool, 4 years my ass. You'd be abused for 4 years round our way, kid. You wouldn't last 4 days, never mind 4 years. Anyway, humour me, what did you do for the 4 years then? 2-pack, rob some old one's handbags, so we're getting into a bit of bantery tit for tat here. Mr. Cheswick asking the questions, again, he's entitled to. So, Mr. Cheswick, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Well, he's asking questions. So here we have Mr. Smith getting involved, Mr. Authoritarian, Mr. Guru, Mr. Powerful, Mr. Power that Be, jumping in on the narrative here. Good people indeed. Great to see people like yourself coming to the defence of someone advocating unity, respect. So again, we see a similar pattern here. What it is about this John Smith, that he picks and chooses who's to be unity with, who's to be spoken to, who's right and who's wrong. I mean, I'd love to know where he gets this from. And again, he's condemning Mr. Cheswick while at the same time bumming up this person, Roxanne, that he doesn't know, and this person, concerned citizen, that he doesn't know. Right? And we'll see his hypocrisy and his contradictions in a wee minute in one of his next comments. So remember this. Good people indeed. Great to see people like yourself coming to defence of someone advocating unity. What fucking unity? What unity? Somebody advocating the same as your little plan that you're connected with to network and establish networks and data collect and have tabs on loads of individuals? Is that the unity? So you're there to defend and promote people who are part of your common purpose? Is that right? Well said. What was well said? I'm not seeing anything that was well said. Yeah, John, it's all nice, isn't it? A bit too nice for my liking, exactly. There's a lot of backslapping going on for little work, if you ask me, but then again, who am I? Well, you'll see that with a lot of these common purpose networks, backslapping each other. Oh, we are kumbaya, we are unity. Anybody who opposes us or questions us is a wrong'un. They are the scallywags who must be outed. They just don't give them the time of day. Maybe I'm not just that easily impressed, or maybe there's other reasons. You like asking questions, John. Ask CC what he did for 4 years in the pen. Maybe he'll answer you. He's ignoring me. Try the Socratic method. You might be able to get it out of him. Again, we've got concerned citizens, some backslapping going on. John Smith Globe Live. Respect. Respect for what? You don't know each other. What is this respect based upon? What are the foundations of this respect and this unity? I would love to know. Mr. Cheswick, who are you? I don't know. Who is CC? I don't know. And I have no wish to go asking personal questions about a fellow flat earther that I have never met or talked with. Exactly. Exactly, Mr. Smith. But you're so up your own arse these days, you're not even realising these little contradictions that tell a huge fucking story. Who is Mr. Cheswick? You don't know. Who is CC? You don't know. But yet here you are on the defence of Mr. CC and Miss Roxanne, while you berate and belittle Mr. Cheswick, who you also don't know. So what is actually going on here? a fellow flat earther that I have never met or talked with. So he's not going to ask questions. He's not going to ask questions about people who he doesn't know, never met, never talked with. But he's going to jump to the defence of people he doesn't know, never met, never talked with. Doesn't really add up here, people, does it? I have met and worked with many people in prison or have been in prison, so I wouldn't discount someone because they have served time. I've never seen Mr. Cheswick discount anybody because they served time. And what are you telling us here? Is this the personnel that you have access to? Is this your little bum chums that you take out into the street with you? That you act like you're Mr. Street Interview, Mr. Guru Extraordinaire, and you're going to be there to school your little disciples who look at you with bewildered eyes as if you're their authority? Huh? Are you an authority? Were you an authority over these troubled youths? It might work with people like that, Sonny Boy, but it's never going to fucking work with me. And well, you knew it. And you still know it. I see through you. You know, I know your game. You know because I was there. Backslapping, you call it? Well, I would have to agree with Roxanne's terminology. Real recognises real, is that right? Well, you profess to me that you recognise my integrity, my honesty, and my realness, and that's what you loved, and that's what you wanted to be a part of. And then all of a sudden you didn't want to be a part of that anymore because I asked a question. So what is this real recognises real? Because as far as I'm aware, none of you fuckers are real. None of you. I'd also like to add that I like to encourage and promote people that I feel are genuine. Oh yes, because you're Mr. Internet Extraordinaire, aren't you? You are the authority that dictates all these things. Is that right? Or you just get used to your authority? You're so full of fucking hoobry now. Now it's starting to show. Love it. You give these people enough rope, eventually they will fucking hang themselves. And at the same time, when I done the first few videos, all this guy was interested in was how many views it had. And at the time, I remember questioning, going, why is he only interested in how many views these videos have had? Why is he so interested in that? Perhaps I have more to go on than you. How? How do you work that out? Just a thought. I hear people referring to a Socratic method, but I don't use any method to follow. No, he's trying to belittle. The very method, the very method that I laid out, that he mimicked continually. Oh, no, it's useless. I don't follow any Socratic method. I'm just being myself. That's my personality. I'm not being mechanical. Well, you're very mechanical in every repeated activism video that you've done. It's all mechanical repetition of the same old shite. Oh, show me a ball with water, go and grind it. Oh, if I zoom in a ship, I can pull the whole thing back into view, which is utter fucking bullshit. Eventually there comes a point where you can't zoom in on the fucking thing. So you keep repeating these mantras because you're no adapting, you're no learning. You've mimicked a format and you've never progressed or adapted beyond it. That's why you keep repeating the same shite. Mr. Cheswick's now expressing himself. I'd never judge anyone, dude, because he's no past judgment. He's asking questions. But I like to ask questions about people in this so-called movement of flat earthers, because I've been involved in other movements before. So I've got some idea of how the game gets played out. You know, exactly. Because it's just as I pointed out, from all the way back for the hippie movement, every fucking movement you want to list, the exact same methods of infiltration have been implemented. And Mr. Cheswick obviously is articulate and aware enough to see it and to see it for what it is. So he's asking these questions, which for me is hugely justified in. I share the same concerns. I share the same concerns coming from a point of view of direct experience of these characters. So if someone makes a claim of, I've done 4 years in the pen as some sort of claim to being a good guy, then I want to know what he's done 4 years for. If he's done 4 years for for rape or robbing old women, then that's the kind of guy I want to stay the fuck away from. You guys can kiss his ass all you want, not me. Quite right, Mr. Cheswick. This is not about arse kissing. This lot, this mob are the ones who are pushing this unity idea. As long as you're unified with their common purpose and their narrative, and that you never veer off the narrative or ask any, pushing questions, then you can be part of our kumbaya backslapping unity. Bear with me here. I'm making a smoke. Again, people, I don't care. If this is upsetting you, tough fucking titties, right? This is it. From now on in, I took a back seat, and that's my flaw. I took a back seat because of the backlash I seen coming from this. Because at the time, people were so invested in it. But now a bit of time's went past, these people have offered enough rope that they can hang themselves with. And that's all I'm showing you, people. All right? So, people can say about the sour grapes. Now, even if it was sour grapes, let's just go there. Even if I was, say, people say sour grapes, you would have to look at it and say, well, the guy would be justified to having sour grapes because hang on now, he went out with this format, he went out in the street and put his neck on the line, and that was his path to walk, that was his walk, right? Now you get these people who brushed up alongside him and then went different directions and underhandedly started contacting people from his comment section and arranging this, that and the other, at the same time leaving that me out. So, I would be justified even if it was egotistical and sour grapes. And why? Because I had never had any response or reconciliation on my concerns and my questions. I was left to feel like I was being gaslighted, eating myself up, questioning my own sanity, paranoid. And that's exactly the methodology that these fucking dipshits use everywhere, which is why if people think about the little bits I've been putting in, about be wary of people organising you, be wary of people trying to get you involved in groups because of the dynamics, be wary of people backstabbing and bitching, be wary of all these things. Stand on your own 2 feet as individuals, don't be pushed into any wee groups or categories. I've been offering you these things because I had to sit back and be tentative while I watched these fuckers network. Okay? So I silenced myself only because of a tactical reason. No, I'm not going to be silenced. From now on, I'm going to fucking call these people out left, right and centre every opportunity I get. Because it's important to me. And I'm going to dig my heels in and I'm not going to let these fuckers away with it. So Mr. Cheswick's having a tata with concerned citizen who's professing he answered it, but he's not really answering it. But again, John Smith again here, he's back in, feels he's, got a place here. I don't kiss anyone's arse. If you want to know why someone has served time in prison, then that's up to you. I was merely stating to you that I have no wish to find out as I don't follow anyone. Really? You don't follow anyone apart from your wee backslapping groups and Mr. Dubai that you offer up in every fucking video like a mantra. That's no following. I beg to differ. I very, very much beg to differ. Why would you point people in the direction of, the language of things like the trivium, how to empower themselves, how to stand as a discerning individual? Eh? But no, you send them to a guru on Tinterweb who doesn't focus on any of that, who has a broad spectrum of all sorts of taboo subjects that would probably influence and sway people in different directions. That's cool, John. You're entitled to your beliefs of putting blind faith in strangers on the internet who you know fuck all about. Go for it. Fill your boots. I hope it works out well for you, big man. Exactly, Mr. Cheswick. Exactly. Because remember up here, we've got this thing about no knowing people and how he wouldn't ask questions or anything like that because he doesn't know them, but he's going to defend them like he knows them and defend them like they're trustworthy. So there's a huge glaring hole here that people really need to see. Me, I'll remain sceptical of every fucker, especially people who pop up out of nowhere talking shite. Mr. Cheswick, absolutely spot on. You are an example of what it means to have discernment, integrity, and to keep asking the fundamental questions, regardless of how uncomfortable it is for people. Regardless of how upset and uncomfy and whatever people might get. I respect that. But Mr. Cheswick, you're not kumbaya, Mr. Cheswick. Mr. Cheswick, you're throwing a spanner in the works of the unity and the kumbaya, the common purpose network of cuddling round the campfire. How dare you, Mr. Cheswick? You're a wronging. So, still going on here. Also, when you said in your opening post, Mr. Cheswick, take a rope and tie a noose, put the noose around your neck, traitors should be hung. You are aware that the sixth, or whatever commandment is, thou shalt not kill. So as you claim to be a man of God, are you advocating that I commit suicide? I await your response, my old China. Tatty bye for now. Think about your answer a bit. Come up with a good one. And hey, who knows? People might believe you. Nice haircut, by the way, as you say. Always best to get a haircut before you spread a bit of truth in the streets. Makes you look better, innit? Anyway. I've got more of this back and forwards. This is what I'm interested in. This character who selects where his support goes to certain individuals. And you will start to see that pattern if you're, as I say, if you're discerning enough, you will start to recognise it. He professes he doesn't have any beliefs, but he believes Roxanne and all these people that he professes that, by the way, he does this kumbaya, brotherly unity and respect to people who he meets for 5 minutes, gets what he needs off them in regards to a bit of activism videos for his uploads, and then fucks off to the next destination. Not like he's spending, you know, maybe a couple of weeks or a month to maybe try and get to know people. Nah, he's with them for 5 minutes, gets enough for a video, and that's it, to be able to profess that it's kumbaya, brotherly love and respect and all that shite. So he doesn't have any beliefs, but he believes that these people are genuine, that he's never met or knows or any of that fucking stuff. I also don't put blind faith into strangers. Well, you just have. You've just stated it. Who I have not met on the internet. But that's what you do. And even if you meet people, you're meeting them for maybe 5 minutes. Same when you met fucking Stealthy and Mick and fucking Padawan and fucking Mindfulness. All of a sudden you were kumbaya, brothers in arms and all that after 5 fucking bastard minutes. I travel extensively around the country in order to meet those strangers on the internet in person. Why are you doing that? Who are you? And why are you networking with these people? And if they are strangers, you meet them for how long? And then all of a sudden they're no strangers. I've known people for over fucking 10, 15 years, 20 years that I thought I knew. And then in the blink of a fucking eye, they can show me things that I never knew were there. So what the fuck are you talking about, sir? I know what you're talking about. I see right fucking through you. Easy peasy. Because you're no very fucking clever. I read your posts which do not appear very informed, merely your misguided opinions. Oh, but yours are fucking spot on. You assume I know fuck all about them, yet I give people the benefit of the doubt until I meet them in person where I can get a better understanding of them. How? In 5 minutes at a campsite, even if you spent the weekend with them. While you're too busy videoing and editing and travelling and all that stuff and going to work. I mean, how are you finding the time of day to do all that? Get to know people, edit, travel, make videos, comment in every fucking video, comment in these videos. How are you managing all this stuff? And in between all that, you're getting to know people based on what? 5 minutes of getting them on film. By the way, is this another sock account? Says the man called John Smith that's never shown his face. As you don't appear to have much content. You've not got any content either, mate. You fucking mimicked my content. You fucking mimicked mine. Walked my fucking walk. Stole my fucking narrative. And if so, how do you know that? You said. I remain sceptical of every fucker, especially people who pop out of nowhere talking shite. Personally, I think if we truly cared about truth of flat earth, we would also be concerned about presentation. Oh, now we're getting into it. Because he doesn't feel that certain people, I mean, Dell swears and Dell focuses on the trolls and stuff like that. And it's all about presentation, yeah, because that's what we should do. We should mimic other people's content, and then we should have little cartoon narratives of me, the street interviewer, you know, and give out cards of me, the street interviewer, and I present it with, yes, I don't swear, and yes, I'm a bit of authoritarian and above all that swearing nonsense, you know, so I have to be trusted more than anybody. I don't want to be represented by people who can't be respectful of others. Well, you showed absolutely no fucking respect to me, sunshine. Absolutely fuck all. I would say the same thing in a different way. I will remain sceptical of every fucker, especially people who pop out of nowhere talking shite, quote, end quote. Me, I will remain sceptical of everybody, especially people who pop out of nowhere who are not making sense. So here again, he resorts to this gaslighting. This is the same tactic that they all fucking use. These NLP common purpose dipshits. There is no need for agitation. No, because it's all kumbaya, innit? Escalation and conflict amongst people all agreeing they have been lied to about the shape of the earth. So here we have it, you know. Just because we all realise we've been told bullshit about the shape of the earth, we've all of a sudden come under the John Smith Fuker common purpose NLP concentration camp cuddle each other narrative. Aye, you realise you've been lied to, so this is what you do. Don't empower yourself. Don't stand on your own 2 feet as an individual and represent you. No. Come right out of that sheep pen and jump right into your sheep pen, because it's nicer here. The sun's shining in our sheep pen. We have guitars. We have drones, and we have campfires and cuddles and fluffy bunnies. Our sheep pen is lovely. Give everyone the benefit of the doubt then, that's your choice, John. There's a crack-dealing home invader there who's waiting for you to pay him a visit. Ask him to babysit your kids while you pop out and do a bit of street chat. Do you know what I'm saying? Saying that, he's found God now, though, so I guess he must be 100% legit. No man of God has ever done anything bad, ever, and even though for a supposed man of God, the first thing he tells me to do at the top of this thread is kill myself. Ha ha. No, there was no focus on that from Mr. Smith. That's acceptable as long as you're in his little bandwagon camp. I didn't know God approved of suicide, did you? Anyway, fuck it then. Let's all give everyone the benefit of the doubt and delude ourselves into thinking every fly-by-night pop-up flat earth YouTube channel is 100% legit and above board, shall we? Exactly, mate. Fucking exactly. Be suspicious of no one, folks. Let's all be nice and happy and slap one another in the back for doing basically fuck all, apart from coming out on YouTube as a flat earther. Again, spot on. Undercover operatives who like to gather information from the inside must love people like you, John. You make their job easy. Exactly. And that's where it comes right down to it. So you have to think, where did the real grassroots movement start to happen? Then look at what went on in the chronological sequence and how it subsequently has ended up, right? And for me, this is exactly what they're up to. Networking, data gathering. If they offer up these kumbaya camps and meetups, you're getting people there who don't have registered channels or accounts, information and data on profiles and people who they have no way of keeping tabs on because they don't know who they are. But if you can get them to show up at your little tatas, your little get-togethers of cuddly wuddlies, then you've got personnel, then you've got identification on them. which makes total fucking sense to me. That's exactly what I would do. And again, I have to agree. I say real recognises fake exactly again. So. Marshall, you there?
Yep, defo do.
Right, I need to just go and grab a drink and I'll come back and see what's been going on. Give me 2 seconds, all right?
Oh, man. You won't be getting any singing out of me today. I'm running on 3 cylinders only. But in order to show that Dell isn't only speaking for himself, I thought perhaps it was a good idea that I'm here. It's way past time where people stopped treating this like a fucking game. All right? There are people amongst us who have intentions other than the honourable. Start using your discernment. That's all I got to say.
So, the difference here with me is that discussions openly and honestly, I don't give a fuck. I've got fuck all to hide. I'm not hiding for anybody. I've not got some ulterior motive or some hidden agenda where I'm networking up and down the country and building fucking data and all that stuff. I couldn't care less. And if people want to try and shut down people like me and Mr. Cheswick or beyond belief for actually asking critical questions, fuck them. You should be deeply suspicious of them. And just before I go any further, I'm just going to share, well, I'll not share because I don't want to show the account who messaged me. I'll just read out the message that I was sent to me. I'm just warning you that there are a few people on Facebook and YouTube attacking your character today, sadly. You've probably seen it before. John Thor, Jason Disbury, John Smith, Freya Clements. I was in 2 minds whether to let you know, in case you'd rather not know, but it's sad to see them ganging up like this to misinform people about your personality and thought you should be aware. Sorry if you're not interested. I'm sure you're very busy with the real world and not this bollocks, but would not be fair for you to not have your say and for them to keep talking shit basically without someone making you aware. All the best, man. Now, I really appreciate being made aware of these things, as I've stated before. If that type of shit is going on, you're duty bound to stand up for honesty and integrity and start outing these types of behaviours, which is why I gave wee snippets of, little bitch circles moving about, planting seeds and little earwigs in people's ears, sowing seeds of doubt and fucking backstabbing and slandering, sowing all these seeds amongst the groups of people. So, where did all these people come from and how did it come about that they were the big thing and I'm just some piece of shit and people like me are just some piece of shit? You have to ask yourself that. It's no sour grapes. I don't give a fuck. I know what I've offered. I know my walk, what impact I've made and what I still continue to offer. I'm not interested in fame and fortune and all that fucking shit. If that was my interest, I would have pursued that a long time ago. I would have incorporated it into this. There is nothing egotistical, there is nothing materialistic or stature or anything to gain from what I'm saying to you right now. Nothing. as I'm sure many of you will be able to testify to, because I'm sure this is going to split people and divide them. And where they think their loyalties lie, well, I'm going to clear it up for you. Your loyalties don't lie with me or John Smith or any of these fucking groups. Your loyalty lies with you, your own integrity, your own empowerment, and the objective truth. That's it. That's it. So when you get these fucking dipshits spouting ego and it's sour grapes, they're talking absolute fucking bollocks. They've got nothing to substantiate it with. Nothing. Be different if I was monetized and I was trying to gain myself some more money or some more stature. But none of that exists here. So what am I trying to feed? You doubt I'm telling the truth? Go and look at the chronological sequence of events. Go and check the comments for the early videos and see these people in there professing to be about truth and integrity and the message that you've got talking about me. And then watch where the branch starts to happen. I'm not fucking lying. I've got nothing to hide. What have I missed, Marshall?
Don't give as much. Do a few people trying to exploit today's session for their own aggrandizement.
Right.
But I've pointed out that Saturday is the open platform.
Yep.
If people would like to listen to what's being said rather than trying to, you know, distract people into adjusting their focus to pander to ego.
See, this is it. This fucking Jason. Fuck you, son. Fuck you. This is the way they try and portray you all the time. I have continued to be me and walk the same fucking walk while you pricks have networked with your wee sneaky fucking games. So don't come here, the bully, now trying to paint me as a bully. This is exactly their tactic, gaslighting again. How the fuck am I bullying people through a screen? How do you justify that? This is disgusting, guys. It's like watching the biggest bully in the school and you're all applauding him. Very disgusting. Another sad day for the flat earth awakening. No, it's just because it upsets your wee fucking apple cart, sonny boy. And if you were any sort of man of integrity and honesty and decency, you would be applauding people like me for not being scared to fucking open their mouth and air their concerns. So fuck you, son. Fuck you. Away on and speak to BBC Two from your yacht with John Smith and the crew. Away you go, toodle-doo, away you go to your wee yacht. Proof of what, son? Proof of fucking what? Proof of what exactly? What would you like proof of? And how is it all of a sudden now you're here jumping in, but you've not been anywhere to be seen? There we go. What did I say about jealousy? Jealous of what? Jealous that you've got a yacht? I don't think so, son. Never been jealous of material possessions in my life. Couldn't give a rat's ass if you had the biggest yacht in the fucking world. I couldn't care less. You will get no respect from me any more than a fucking tramp in the street just because you've got a yacht. So keep trying. Keep trying. Look at their behaviour, people. Listen to what they're trying to offer you. They're no engaging. They're no offering anything about the concerns. They're attacking me. I'm a bully, and now I'm jealous because he's got a yacht. Exactly, Lisa. Exactly. Exactly. Where's any of the fucking respect for the man that went out and put his fucking neck in line? Doesn't exist. They're not interested. They're part of common purpose. They're part of fucking networks of people who have been involved in establishment. This is who these motherfuckers are. Triggered fuck all. I'm always going to be triggered for standing up to bullshitters like you lot. I will always defend grassroots, common man, and their ability to fucking stand up and speak for themselves without feeling oppressed by fucking intellectual, bullying fucking authoritarians like you and your buddy John. Probably had access to troubled youths in a delicate state where you could impose your authority over them. And that's what you're used to. That reeks out of you and that other dipshit. I don't bow to any fucking authority. Never have, never will. So it doesn't impress me one little bit. Nothing about any of these impresses me. I'm the king of the castle. I've got a big yacht. And Gavin the man in the shed's jealous of me. Fuck off. So, as I pointed out, be very wary of these methods that they use because they will try and get you to doubt yourself, your own sanity, and commit to yourself. They will persistently try that. And now we've got the bad actor. He's now insinuating I'm an actor when these are the actors. Please do not remove any of their comments. I want everybody to see them for what they are. Please put the comments back up there. Don't time them out either. Give them enough rope, let them hang them fucking selves. Don't edit the chat box at all, moderators, please.
Right. My apologies, Del. I can just see the antagonism being fucking ramped up there.
Let them run. Let them run.
Yeah, well, Jason, you've got 5 minutes to calm down and come back. I'd already hit the button, dude, by the time you saw that.
Aye. Exactly, Lisa. Now, when I says before that people look at the content, you have to look at the difference, the warmth of my interactions with people and how I go about it. It's a delicate situation and subject to talk to with people. Okay, you have to be fully committed and you have to have a methodology of making the right impact on the street when you're engaging with people, or it's going to come across fucking ridiculous. Saying shit like balls with water going round them and zooming in ships fully while they're out of sight is utter crap. This is how it's done. What are people warming to in regards to grassroots? Where are people going with grassroots? Right, we need to mimic that. We need to infiltrate it. We need to adopt it as our own. Look at the personalities, the types that they are in their interactions. Smith, when I went back and thought about it, there was never any real warmth of engagement even between us. There was never like hearty laughing. It was always learned, mimicked behaviours like a fucking psychopath, a sociopath. That's my experience. What I'm offering you right now is my experience, my direct, real experience. No hearsay and fanciful bullshit, exactly how it went down. If these people were walking the walk, the real walk, empowering people, keeping themselves to themselves as individuals, trying to empower other individuals and dispel all attempts at corralling people into groups and pens, then I would have no issue with them. But the fact of the matter is that I've watched them network from day dot right up to this point, and now we're seeing them appearing on mainstream fucking TV. offering absolute pish. So what you need to ask yourself, what is my issue? Is it that I'm just a paranoid android that's just flaring up for no reason at all? Is it that I'm the green-eyed monster and I'm somehow jealous of fuck knows what? Or is it that I'm justified and that I'm offering real concerns based on direct experience of being involved in this for some time? If you know me and you know what I've offered, and I have offered you something that's empowered you, that's enabled you to discern for yourself and stand on your own 2 feet, nothing's going to be any different from here on in. That's exactly what I'm about. From the very beginning, I've said it. If you're empowered, if you're standing as an individual and standing in the right place, that increases my chances of finding out exactly where the fuck I'm, because that's what I care about. I want to know where this fucking place is. What's really going on? How am I going to achieve that? Not by being some dipshit fake celebrity. By cutting right down to the nitty gritty. By having people on an equal par. Fully empowered. So that the bullshit and this type of nonsense doesn't have a chance to seep in through the cracks. And that was always going to be an issue. Because as people know, I never seen anybody representing real common man. I took that upon myself to have a place that represented that. Now, for an unravelling of a narrative and a paradigm, that's a threat. So you're going to have to control grassroots movement. You're going to have to gaslight people. You're going to have to divide and rule. Infiltrate. You still struggling with the infiltration part and the agency involvement? You need to shake out of it. Once you've shaken out of it and you realise the reality and the depth and the severity of the situation, you really need to start going, well, where are they? They're no invisible. They're no 007 out at the casino. Flying down zip lines and skiing and fucking jumping out of aeroplanes into boats and sailing down the river. That's all movies in your fucking mind. This is why I spoke. You know, I see Meryl, we've had discussions about this, Meryl. I've said it to you, I've said it to many other people. I know that people have a tendency to want to network. They know people have a tendency to want to be part of groups, right? Just based on the mindset, the mentality that people are coming from being born into this oppressive cult, this disempowering cult. They know people have got these insecurities that they want to fulfill with, you know, banding together with their fellow comrades and all that fucking cack. So they're playing on that weakness. That's where the level comes, where they infiltrate, where they get people. Why do you think I pulled back from the, oh, let's do a fucking tour bus and let's go around here? Because I'm not interested in that. I don't want to become anybody's guru. I am no authority in any of this, and I'm very careful that that's not what starts to happen, which is why I pull back. Which is why I don't, you know, I watch people's hangouts. I don't go to your hangouts. I watch your hangouts. I'm there, I'm present, but I don't interact and comment like, oh, here I am, Dell, the big fucking man here to steal the limelight. I'm not interested in any of that. So don't listen to these fucking cocksniffers and the bullshit that they'll try and profess me to be. Lisa Hawke, exactly. Everyone's vulnerable after all the rejection, so they want to band with anyone. Exactly. You've got so many psychological aspects of this, and this is what I'm saying. People say psyop, 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 psyop. There's a psyop, there's a psyop. Think about psychological operation. Right? And just as Elisa said there, if your agency and you're infiltrating, you are the psyop. How are you psychologically operating amongst people? How are you getting them? What are you playing upon? It's these things that we're talking about. And the enormity of it makes it even more so. This is enormous. So you feel like you want to be part of that and the people that are involved in it, while at the same time you're being shunned from people that know you. No probs, Stu Henny. That's all I can ever offer, mate. I'm never going to change, and they know that. They might have thought I'd went quiet on it and that they were free to operate. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Well, 4-4, the truth, whatever, you know, we're not coming to you, Dale. God comes first, sorry. You know, I don't care. I'm not here to be your guru or profess to be any guru. I don't care about any of that stuff. And everybody that knows, that hears what I'm actually saying, knows that. And I'd love to know which God this is. You know, be very careful of that stuff. Do you think that's why they leaked Flat Earth? Because of the anonymity that can defend it online? I think it's been let out because it's coming to a point of technological advancement where they knew they couldn't keep it up for much longer. So you're not just going to let the world be up in arms like that, you know, own shock discoveries and everybody in hysteria. You would lose your dominance, you would lose your control over people. So if you're going to have that, it's going to be a shock to the system, which is why for me the first couple of years was gauging reaction and data collecting on emotional and psychological reaction. And it's all for a further narrative down the line where this will be revealed in some way or another. Right now, we're seeing this played out, you know, ridicule and fight. It wouldn't be even on the mainstream. None of the mainstream would be mentioning Flat Earth or anything to do with it. If you didn't want it in the consciousness of people, it just wouldn't be there. End of fucking story. So if you want to shift it into your new paradigm while maintaining your dominance and your control, you have to keep control of that. You have to control the shift and where it's going to go, what people now believe. It's not a popularity contest. This has nothing to do with popularity. This is it. Watch these people that do that about this shite about it being popularity contest. How is this about popularity? If you're only interested in popularity, you start professing kumbaya and unity and all that shite. Because you just want to play up to people so that you can remain popular and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I'm saying these things that's going to upset people. If I wanted to be popular, I would do a U-turn and say, oh, the world's a globe, and I was lying and kidding because I've got a bigger audience and a bigger acceptance from the majority. None of these statements hold up. They're just bollocks. Exactly. West Coast wisdom offence is taken, not given. Exactly. And this is the difference in the mentality when they keep using these NLP, subtle emotional and psychological tactics. Because it's exactly that. You know? Exactly, Magumba. Well, you know, people that know me in my personal life know I've aired these concerns and I've spoke openly about it. You know, because people can actually see what's been going on. There's people who have walked alongside me from the beginning that have seen these things, Marshall included. Direct experience of these things. Chris Upton, I don't know what this is about voting. This is exactly what I'm talking about, this psychological mess that people are in. They're still stuck in it. You know, viewing these people online, viewing me online as some sort of authorities. Whatever. It's not about that. I am nobody's authority apart from my own. All I'm here to offer is my walk and to offer an open platform and a place for people to show their common ground, to empower people, to offer them discernment, individuality, and to make them aware of these manipulative games that are going on. The rest are not interested in that. Have a look. They're all gurus. They're all writing books and ready to offer you the next big revelation and the next sensational fucking nonsense. How many of them are actually going through a methodology for empowering you, the individuals? How many of them? It's all right, because later on the night you've got the big team, you've got the big wigs all joining together. More unity. Yes, we are the team who are going to take this forward. We are your new overlords. We are the ones. They're going to save the day. You know, some exterior group that unifies and kumbayas is going to save the day. I don't know, I need to warm up the vocal cords before I give you a song. All that stuff, you know. I get my voice coach in. I'll maybe get him in with my makeup artists before Saturday's gig, and then I might give you a wee song. So this is what it's about, people. Again, I'm showing it that there's nothing to fear. Don't be scared to speak your mind. That includes me. If you want to go on here and you want to question me, question anything I've had to offer, by all means. The difference is that I'm open to engaging with anybody. It's different when it's being done behind closed doors or in wee cliquey groups where the person being spoke about has got no option of discussion. I'm not hiding. So anyway, that's that. Be very careful, okay? Be very careful. People professing to be your friend and to be kumbaya. I've experienced it as well from these very same people. As soon as they got what they needed, that was it. You're now a piece of shit in their shoe, a bully, a whatever. you know. But all these new people are all my friends that I don't know. All these new people that I've spent 5 minutes with to get on camera so that I can have an upload for my channel, these are all trustworthy, nice kumbaya peoples. These are the ones you trust. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, Jill, you're damaging the movement. Yeah. Damage it, fuck all. The real movement is the real people out there who know about this and who speak to as many people as they can. Not the people who try and maintain some sort of online presence in order to network and constantly upload videos every 2 minutes. That's not it. This will happen by you empowering yourself fully, knowing your mind, knowing the game, knowing the games of manipulation, understanding the sophistry and the way it was put to you about the globe and the bullshit we were told about where we live. Once you have that and you are equipped with that, you can sharpen your tools, you can try it out. You speaking to one person at your work, a person in the street, whoever it may be, you're the real activist. You are the activism. You don't need to belong to any group. Run the campfire to be an activist. Exactly. No movement, no club to join. None of that shit. Be very, very wary of that. Exactly again. Russian Vids Archives, best way to be is trust no one. Trust the proven information. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. What are the fundamental facts of our objective reality? Learn how to represent them. End of story. Be your own master. Exactly. The real meaning of anarchy, which has been tarnished by nonsense ideas in people's minds for generations, that anarchy is something destructive. It's destructive to any external manipulative society and group, because real anarchy exists in the mind of an individual, where the individual bows to no fucker, no external authority, no ruler, no hierarchy. That is the real meaning of true anarchy.
I'll just point out some weak clownery from an account called John E. Magnet. So Mr. Cheswick is a Dell's sock account.
No. And this, again, Beyond Belief told me that he was being accused of being me in a sock account, and that's why these attacks for John Thor, John Smith, Freya Clements and all that, and Jason of the Disbury family were flared up again, because they were professing that that was me. Because Beyond Belief represents the objective facts and articulates it like that. So when people are, you know, singing the same song of objective facts, now they're going to start making connections and say, oh, that's the same person. Bullshit.
Just let you know, Kieran's still here, dude.
Nice one. Jason, I'm going to ask you one more time, mate. Proof of what? What is it you want proof of? Hurry up. I'll answer that phone once I make a smoke. Kieran, give me 5 more minutes, mate, and I'm going to send you the link, because what I want to discuss, you know, once we're past this bullshit, is what it's like for real people and what they're experiencing. And I would like to have that conversation with Kieran, because Kieran reached out to me about it. Jason, what you want proof? Do you just want the proof of the message? The message that I got? that what you want? New Jason wants to drag it into nonsense.
Jason's looking for data on the Intel. Dude, Jason, you're not the only. You know, you can be seen, dude. This is what you're not aware of. Many people here can see you for what you are. Okay, so stop with the games in this chat box. Okay, it's. To be honest, though, I'm suffering this idiot today because you've asked me to. I won't give him house room.
Just there's no argument. I mean, you can see what he's doing here. He's trying to obfuscate and take it away from the actual points I've made. And oh, I was talking about you. And drags you into any argument. I'm not arguing with you, mate. I'm not arguing with you at all. I'm telling you how it fucking is. How I see it. If you don't like that, that's just fucking tough, son. Proof of what? Proof that somebody messaged me. Right, fuck him. Fuck him. You want fucking proof? Knob end. Here we go, you fucking piece of shit, you. I'll give you proof. Alright, fuck all. Not that I have to justify myself to you in any way, shape or form, but just to fuck you up, to see what you jump onto next, I'm going to show you. Babs, Chris, I can only apologise, but this has to be done. I'm going to have to show that you're the person. So here we go. This Babs, Chris. Anyways, I'm just warning you that there are a few people on Facebook and YouTube attacking your character today. Sadly, you've probably seen it before. John Todd, Jason Disbury, John Smith, Freya Clement, I was in two minds, blah, blah, blah. There you go. There it's there. You satisfied now? Let's see what you've got to say next. Hello?
Hello, Dan?
Yeah, speaking.
Hi, mate. Mr. Cheswick here, mate. It's just to clear up that bullshit before where the guy was saying that you're me, so I was just calling in to confirm that. I am Mr. Cheswick. I'm from Liverpool, so people can, like, click on my name or whatever, just to verify that I'm a busker and I'm a musician from Liverpool. That's basically it, mate. It's good that people are highlighting this kind of stuff now because it's getting kind of obvious that the old flat earth thing is trying to be controlled.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, I just thought I'd bring up that point, and I'm kind of glad that you've highlighted it as well now, yeah?
Yeah. Aye, no, I appreciate it, mate. I've seen your comment on there when I was checking through it this morning. So it was nice to see that, and that you're not scared to air your concerns and see how you say it,
Without,
that's it,
exactly. Okay, mate, so that's it, yeah. And I'd just like to say to John Smith, sort it out, lad.
Aye, nice one, mate. You're allowed to ask questions, you know what I mean? And anybody try to shut that down, you should be suspicious of, so.
Yeah, of course, mate, of course.
All right, bud. Nice one.
Right there. Okay, Dan.
Cheers, man. Take it easy, bud. No, what's happened is Dell's made all this up. Dell's made up Facebook accounts and YouTube accounts, and Dell's running about. I don't know if this is a projection from their part, Dell's running about with all this time to fucking play these games with these people. I mean, right, I think that's us done with this fucking cack. Just beware, people. Now watch what these fucking dipshits try. Right? Oh, I'll be the big baddie. Not that it matters. But I don't know why they're going to try and influence your opinion of me. It's because they know that people are still opinionated and influenced by personalities and gurus and all that stuff. You need to fucking stop that. Jason, I'm not even going to entertain you now, son. You can speak to me if you want. Stay out of the fucking chat box. Alright? You're not going to get away with playing your little fucking manipulative, idiotic games here. That might have worked in your fucking avenues that you had access to. It's not going to fucking work here, mate. I'm not intimidated by nobody. Here's Martin. See you soon. Right. I'm going to move on for this now, as I say. And I'm going to send a link to Kieran, Red Machine Kieran, so that we can have this wee conversation and share some of our experience of this whole thing. So, Kieran, I know you'll be there listening, mate, so I'm just going to send you the link to your Facebook inbox messages. Just click that, bud, and you'll come straight in. So as I say, just so that people know what's going on here with Red Machine Kieran. Kieran had reached out to me last week, and I touched on it in the previous hangout. I had other things that was going on, so I never really done it justice. I just kind of skirted over it. So it'll be good to have Kieran here so that we can talk about this a wee bit deeper. Shelley Dale been spamming Flat Earth hard on the CB radio with Big Burner. Yes, nice one. I always wondered if there's still a community of CB radio users. I've seen a couple, but nothing near where it used to be. Cheers, Meryl. Well, that's what it's about. The only thing you can offer is honesty. You know, that's my incentive. People need to remember that. What is my goal? What is my incentive? I've never changed it from the very beginning. Go back and look. All I'm interested in is finding out the objective truth of where we actually are. That's it. That's it. Exactly. Monaco Slim. How these characters are always the ones that end up in the BBCs and the fucking mainstream news and all that stuff. Why do I want to talk to a keyring? Don't get that. Kieran. Oh, 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 oh. So funny. I did go to the BBC. I've been to many mainstream outlets and media, not to play their game and beg them, just to fucking represent the facts and nothing else. And what happened when I went to the BBC and interviewed certain people outside the BBC grounds, I was hit with copyrights and told to remove them. Right? Because I don't offer fluff. Hello.
Hey, Dale, it's Kieran.
How you doing, Kieran?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Aye, all right, buddy, all right.
Sorry I couldn't take I'm not sure the Hangouts. I'm only on my phone here today, so I wasn't on the laptop. I don't know whether. I was trying to click on a few things there, and nothing happened.
Is it not letting you through, mate? Maybe you need to download software or something to your phone then.
Aye, probably, mate. Probably.
That's all right.
So it's cool just to talk on the phone there.
Ah, of course, mate, of course.
Aye. What we're doing as well. I just want to apologise sort of for like almost dragging you into what it was. But the reason I contacted you was because contrary to what people who criticise you say, oh, these just a big scary aggressive guy and all this fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
You're accessible and you're approachable and you're honest, and that's why I contacted you. Plus you're well versed and well experienced in dealing with all this shit before. So I mean the reason why I contacted you, it wasn't like just contact Dell from Beyond the Imaginary Curve. I just
it's because
you're a man that's been through it as well.
Exactly.
And, I think you're like a mate,
Exactly, mate. That's the difference. It's because I can relate to it, because I'm going through the experience the same as you and the majority of the other people that are involved with this thing. So it's not like I'm immune to the emotional and psychological roller coaster. It's as you say, people are portrayed and people get that impression you're just big, scary, aggressive, solid stone, and it's not the case.
Definitely not. I think we all try and build exteriors, because it's when you expose your emotions, people think that's a sign of weakness as well.
Yeah. It's not just that. It's just that's who I am as well, mate. I've always been a closed book. I don't display any kind of softer emotions easily. They're classed as softer emotions, but that's I think that's part and parcel of being a guy for the majority. But it doesn't mean that they don't exist.
Exactly. It's hard. Yeah. But yeah, what I was talking to you about was, for anybody, obviously nobody else knows this as well, but I mean, and we all get this. This isn't, it's not like, this only happened to me. Every single person watching.
Kieran, sorry, mate, you've went really quiet. I don't know if there's an issue with your phone or if.
Is that clear now?
That's you. You're louder now, mate.
Sorry. Yeah, like I said, this isn't just, this happened to me. Every single person watching the Hangout now has been through this. Like whenever you talk to family, and it was my brother and my dad, they're so supportive in everything in my life.
Yeah.
But last week when I just mentioned just observable things in the sky, they were just like, "You seriously need help?"
Yeah.
They were joking, they were laughing, but I was just like, when you're already, suffering from anxiety and depression and all, then when you get comments like that, and it's not, I don't doubt what I'm saying. I have 100% faith in what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just certain things just hurt you when you're already not in a good place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I wanted I thought your opinion would be cool on it, because I'm sure, obviously, you've done this yourself.
Exactly, mate. And that's why, I've repeated it so many times. It's especially difficult when you're coming into contact with social groups who have a preconceived idea of who you are, or hold you to who you may have been growing up or in your past. So, I'm talking about family members, close associates. It's really difficult to try and reach out and speak to them about these kind of taboo subjects because of those underlying issues. Which is why, I always try encouraging people, look, if you're going to sharpen your tools or whatever else, try it with strangers who don't have these preconceived ideas about you, because it's so difficult to get through those filters with people who think they know you,
Yeah.
And at moments of weakness where you think, like a bit of support and comfort from my family and friends, you may reach out only to get your fingers burned, and if you're in that emotional place at that time, it's going to be even worse. you know.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I totally relate to it. I can relate to that, not just through this, but previous. I mean, 20 years ago, if I'd said to people, you know, well, I did say to people, listen, I don't think things are the way they're making out. It seems to me that there's a, you know, elite group of people who are running the show for their own ends. You know, saying that 20 years ago, you were looked at as if you were absolutely fucking crazy, you know? And so I can relate to it in different avenues. It's the same thing. But again, it's the same process. 20 years ago, that's the way they acted. Now, people are talking about it like it's second nature, you know?
Well, now you're actually, I think, like, you're crazy not to believe it now.
Exactly.
You know, do you know what I mean? Like, in the past, as you said, you know, when you said that, people are going, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no such thing as elites and secret societies and all that there. Now everyone knows about it.
Exactly.
But still nothing's being done, you know?
No.
It doesn't matter kind of how much knowledge there is.
Well, the reason nothing gets done is because any of these awarenesses gets hijacked and jumped upon and organised into, you know, authoritative groups where people are under the impression that somebody else is taking care of it and that it's all going to be fine. That's why nothing changes with these things, you know, because people fall into the same traps, which is why I'm trying to make people aware of this very situation that right now with this topic. It's the same thing, you know. If you allow them to have their way, it's just going to end up in different little pockets and factions where people are just waiting for somebody else to sort it out for them.
Yeah, I like that. You know, it relates to what you were talking about earlier there. You know, as well, that I've seen a lot of people were commenting, going, "Just calm down. You're too suspicious about everything." But
no.
You know, you have a right to be suspicious though, because you've been there from the start on this.
Exactly.
So-called movement or whatever, you know, whatever it is. I mean, you know, you're not part of any kind of movement. All you're doing is doing observable fucking tests.
I know,
that's
mate.
all it is. But people have lumped everybody in. Yes.
And people have false ideas. Like the guy that was speaking in the shed 2-3 years ago is the same guy. I'm still in the same fucking shed. I'm still in the same financial situation. I'm still the same. Everything's the exact same. People are under these false illusions about, you know, just because you've got a certain amount of live viewers or a certain amount of subscribers that somehow your life's totally radical and different. And it's not.
Exactly. You know? And people are calling you an actor or not. Like what gain do you get out of this?
Exactly.
It's not actually, the only gain that you get is the truth. But at the same time, you're taking on so much stress. And, you know, and you wouldn't voluntarily do that unless you had to, and you know, you feel like you have to. And
exactly.
That's what it is. But people are like actually going, "Oh, he's an actor." You think this guy's an actor.
Well, if they're saying these things, you've got to say, "Well, where's my payment? What is a payment I'm looking for? My payment is I want to find out what the fuck I am." So if I'm acting, then I'm only going to be pursuing and pushing for that exact same thing as everybody else. Where the fuck are we? You know, if I'm an actor, where's my offers of, you know, a leading role in the next fucking Star Wars movie? You know?
It's strange as well too, because like out of all the sort of UK-based flat Earth, you know, channels on YouTube, you're one of the major ones. I mean, you're being talked about by the likes of Eddie Bravo and Joe on Joe Rogan's show and all this here. But why did GMTV in This Morning get these guys on who I never? The only one that I knew that was on there the other day was Darren Nesbitt.
Yep.
The other two guys, I didn't even know who they were.
Exactly, mate.
And I'm like, why did they pick these guys? And even like Darren Nesbitt was the one out of the three of them that talked the most sense on the show as well. But when you actually watch Darren's videos nowadays, he's talking about how the Earth's flat, but it's on 4 pillars.
Yep.
And I just go, no, but you're not doing yourself any favors by saying this.
No, this is what I'm saying, mate, about the content of these people now. What's going on? Are they not smart enough to have worked out the severity and the realness of their situation, which is we don't know. And the only way we're going to discover it is by fucking exploring the place. You know, it doesn't take a genius to get to that logical stance, that realistic stance. So you have to ask the question, why do these people continually pursue these avenues? You know, it makes me really suspicious.
Exactly.
You know,
did you know who those guys were on the TV?
Aye.
You did know who they were before, because I never seen the other two guys before, and even that was out of my suspicions. But
But it's,
you know, when they start talking about, well, zoom in on the Earth and show planes and stuff, you're going, they could CGI that in fucking 2 minutes.
exactly. I mean,
you've issued them a challenge to do that.
Exactly. But there's no. This is the whole thing. What we spoke about here is a language and laying out a format for discussion that has to be agreed upon before any discussions can go forward. None of these people ever lay out the foundations or the fundamentals. They just engage in it with a presupposed idea that there's this faction that are representing this cartoon globe and this other faction that are representing this cartoon flat. And none of that's ever laid out or discussed or put to rest. It's just all assumed, left underlying, and that's where the so-called conversations progress from. You know, it's just a joke, total joke, mate. That's why people like myself don't get entertained on any of these mainstream factions, because I'm not going to sit there bowing my head to the authority or the celebrity. I'm going to go, no, fuck you. This is how the conversation proceeds. It has to be this way, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So
and you know the weird thing about it is, well, my brother, who was taking the piss out of me last week, and then after that, I just vowed I never mentioned it again. You know, these two.
Yeah.
But he actually said to me yesterday, I seen Flat Earth being talked about on TV the other day, and I went, "Oh, you seen that then?" And he goes, to be fair, if you watch that without, you know, if you're watching that open-minded,
yeah,
you're actually going. He was saying that the Flat Earthers actually came off far better than what Schofield did.
Yeah. Well,
he was actually, and he said, and then he even said to me, and I've never mentioned Brian Cox to him, and he goes, "I'm not man Brian Cox." He goes, "He talked absolute bollocks."
Exactly. So there you.
And that's somebody who's not in the Flat Earth.
Well,
that's a good sign.
But there you go. There's the thing though, mate. If you're trying to suppress this thing and make it go away, then that's exactly the reason for why I'm saying you would never have it aired on the TV, because people like your brother are now being affected by it. It's in their consciousness, and they're actually looking at it and going, So you have to ask the question: what are they really up to with this whole mainstream activity? Because it's certainly not to suppress it and keep it buried forever. If that was their goal, then they would just, President Obama and all these mainstream people would never cover it. It would never be in the newspapers. It wouldn't be on the mainstream TV, but it is. You know?
And you look back at events like Obama saying that there as well, and you're like, what the fuck's all that about?
Yeah.
Well, obviously you know what it's about. It's getting it into the consciousness of people, you say, but
exactly.
I don't know, man, it really grinds you down, doesn't it, though? And that's what I'm saying about, like, Memento's fate and all took a hammering recently, and it's just, but I actually seen a good meme about anxiety, and it's like, anxiety is when you want to know the truth about everything so much.
Yeah.
It gets too much for you. And I think that's what it is, and you said the same yourself, and lots of times you get so fucking pissed off waiting.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I think I can see why, when people say, oh, somebody is losing their mind, I can see why that happens, because just things get too much. You want to find out so bad, but
exactly.
so many fucking things getting in your way of it.
Exactly, mate. But those moments of weakness and that mindset is exactly what allows them to infiltrate and take control. So people need to keep pushing through their own mind and their own insecurities and their own issues, and just walk through them. Don't let this mass gaslighting fucking get you. It's about patience. That's one thing I've had to learn, and I done the same, mate. I was at that point, 6 months into this, where it was, so big and so huge. I was anxious. I was like, this has to happen. I need to know now. And my own, impatience get the better of me. I was frustrated. I burnt myself out. I put myself in a bad place. These are all just part and parcel of understanding yourself and understanding the bigger picture.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you do. You have to take the rough and smooth, don't you? You have to go through the dark moments as well.
Exactly.
At least if you have to come out the other side of it. If you don't, then you're fucked.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
But it's good to talk about it, though.
That's it, mate.
And I think, we all are our own individuals. You can see that in the chats there on the channel. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
But there is a sense of community on your channel, I think. And I don't mean that as in, like, saying earlier on, you know, not the way that John Smith and all is. I'm just,
No,
it's
no,
genuine.
exactly.
You know, it is genuine. You know, like you and Gav and Marshall and Joan and Des and, you know, everybody on the channel is so accessible.
Yep.
And there's warmth in that, and it's not faked. You know what I mean?
No.
You can see through the fake people straight away.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. That's the difference. There's integrity and there's a genuineness. That's the sole difference, and that's, you know, that shows through, because that is really all I'm interested in, mate, is having people empowered so that it betters my chances of establishing and finding out exactly where I am. And people need to never forget that that's what this is about. You know, we don't know where we are, and it's hugely important to us to establish where we are and what's going on. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
so
Well, and it just, you know, I think it is as well, though. We're victims of social engineering as well, though.
Yep.
You know, like social media.
exactly.
And, you know, I was talking to my wife about this recently as well. Society has sped up so much. You know, everything's fast now.
Yep.
And I'm a victim of that myself with my thoughts. You know, everyone's after instant gratification.
Yep.
You know, and that's why things like Snapchat and all this bollocks.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
Things are going viral within minutes of the event of things happening.
It's a huge popularity.
That's scary to me.
I know. It's all popularity contests, mate, and people looking for their wee pocket of notoriety and fame. You know.
Yeah.
You know, stick that up. How many likes do I get? How many subscribers have I got? Oh, he loves it. They love it. Oh, I've got one dislike. Oh, my world's going to end. You know, it's a fucking absolute joke, man.
I know. You know, you can just, that's what I'm saying about the integrity of your channel is, you just say fuck you to everybody on it, like.
Yep.
And you still have, I've lost count of your subscribers now. Is it about 14,000? But you don't give a fuck if it's 14,000 or 14.
I don't care, mate. I don't care.
You know?
No. Don't care.
You know?
I'm just going to carry on regardless and be me and stand up for what I see and what I represent. And that's all I can do, mate, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, as I say, all this stuff that's came out today, you know, it's justified in my part, it's my experience and it's my concerns, and I can see it now in other people starting to, you know, question and pose those questions, and they're being shut down the same as they tried to shut me down from asking the questions, you know. So
well, I think you're you know, completely justified in everything you were saying earlier on as well. Plus, that's your emotional reaction. That's another thing people aren't doing anymore. People are afraid to talk about.
Exactly.
You know, about anything.
Exactly.
You know, language is being attacked. That's what political correctness was all about.
Exactly. And this kumbaya bollocks of, oh, never be aggressive, never be angry, you know, never point things out, don't speak your mind in case you upset anybody. Well, fuck off, you know.
I know. Well, then they're not. Then they're you know, if people are so stupid to say that, they're actually saying that they're going against their own human natural instincts.
Aye. Yeah. Freedom, anarchy, you know.
You know, we're always told, political correctness exists, you know, the reason for it is to protect people's rights and to protect minorities. No, they should be protected, but that's not political correctness. Political correctness is an attack on language.
Exactly.
Attack on humans. Exactly.
It's control, mate. It's part of the disempowering technique, you know, to get people into that place of total domination. You know, and I don't accept it. Fuck off. You know, again, it all comes down to your intent. You know, I don't have to be politically correct to have, you know, a good heart and to have, you know, good intent. You know, I display that in my walk. It certainly doesn't come through my language, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, as I say, you know, people spoke about it before. Dale, the big angry man from the shed, you know, I'm here welcoming strangers, 3 religious strangers in for the street, giving them a place of warmth and feeding them and making sure they're all right. I mean, surely people should be looking at the walk rather than, you know, their ideas of what somebody is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how many people would do that?
Exactly, mate.
You know, I don't think, apart from you, I actually don't know anybody in my life that would do that. They'd probably go there, they would go and phone the police or go just fucking weirdos out in the street. Exactly.
Well, that's exactly what happened in that particular scenario. The police were phoned, and that's how I came across it, you know. What's going on here? So, and it is, mate, you know, but this is the aspects that they play upon. They play upon preconceptions and you know, people's implanted ideas of what somebody is based on their looks, and it's all psychological manipulation that people are just not in touch with, you know. But it's clear for, if you're walking the walk and you're experiencing it, it becomes crystal clear for you. The difficulty is the onlookers, the people who are not in touch with any of this. As I say, my journey, people are coming on board. They don't know the chronological sequence of events, things that happened a year, 2 years ago. They're not in touch with any of it. So, you know, like today, when I start talking about it, people are maybe not going to have any grasp on it. But, you know, I can't apologise for that. It's up to people to do the work themselves and to try and understand exactly what's went on if you know, it's important to them. So
you're not going to start justifying it by,
no,
you know, making a video tonight going, here's what I'm talking about, by the way, here's
no,
like this, here's like that. Why the fuck would you bother?
Exactly.
On a short platform, you know, that's the thing. People, I think all those comments today as well, really. He needs to calm down a little bit of bigger picture. He's allowed to say whatever the fuck he wants on his platform. If you don't want to watch it, fuck off.
Exactly. What bigger picture? You know? They need to look at the bigger picture. If somebody's trying to shut me down for being passionate and fucking, you know, aggressive in my delivery and being outright spoken, then, you know, they're the ones with the issue. If you ever want to shut that down, you're part of the problem.
Exactly.
You know? As West Coast Wisdom said, you know, the offence is taken, no given. Exactly. Yeah. It's all what I've always said. People can put their stalls out all they like. It's up to people whether they buy from it or not. You can't try and shut down somebody's stall because you don't like them or their product. You know, you just go about your own business and go to the next stall. It's as simple as that.
Exactly. And people are just too offended these days. Anyway, it's like, you know, comedian Steve Hughes, like he said, when the sticks and stones make my bones become irrelevant.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, if he offended me and just go, so what? He's a dick.
Exactly.
Why do people have to?
Exactly. It all comes down to the flawed psychology of people placing importance on other people's words and what other people think. This is part of the problem. If people were secure in themselves and empowered within themselves, it wouldn't matter what anybody says. It's totally irrelevant.
Exactly.
You know?
It does. It's fucking crazy.
Aye.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
But I was just I just wanted to just say cheers for the messages, by the way, because they did really help me. And the other day, you know, when you were saying you just need to be strong in your beliefs and fuck everything else.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
But the video I made last night where I was talking about you, it was just kind of saying, and you wouldn't know this because, you know, it's never talked about like that. You know, deep personal kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know, nobody knows what everybody else his histories are and stuff, you know.
Exactly. Well,
like I said, I've suffered from, you know, deep anxiety and depression I have for 10, 15 years, and you know, so like you get moments where you're really shitty, you know, and
yeah,
it's hard to snap out of it, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
When you're taking on all these, I just read things too much as well, you know. Like,
it's horrible. Mate, look, I get where you're. It's horrible. Sometimes I get up and I see like human cruelty towards other humans, human cruelty towards animals, the disregard people have for each other, and it. Sometimes if I'm in that place, it just puts me right down, and I'm like, oh fucking hell, you know, this is a horrible situation we're facing, and it's this happening. You know, but then I pull myself back for it and I push on, you know, as I say, using that statement, the bigger picture. But in moments of weakness, like, I mean, yesterday was the same. I just had one of the days yesterday, mate. And that's why I never went live last night, because I just couldn't face it. I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I was feeling pretty weak, to be honest with you. So I'm subject to these types of things the same as everybody else, man.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's people have this impression of you that you know that you couldn't possibly be like that because you're so confident and rational. But like, people have layers, you know. That's the thing as well, you know.
Exactly. And it's the front, you know. At the end of the day, I'm not going to show any weakness. I'm just going to have a solid fuck you attitude to any of this oppression and manipulation and lies. I don't tolerate or stand for any of it. So I'm not going to offer them any of that side to me, you know.
It's only that we just used against you anyway.
Exactly. Exactly.
It would be quick quick to do that as well. Like fucking idiots, like.
Exactly, mate. You know.
Here, what happened? You remember a couple of weeks ago that fucking asshole played porn on the channel? Did anything happen after that?
No, mate. I figured out the way to avoid it.
Right. So thank you for that.
You basically, you know, and this is for everybody who's is involved in this. And I can't remember if somebody had said this to me before, but what I done was I went straight into my control panel and I set the live hangout immediately to private. As soon as it was finished processing, I deleted it, and that was it. YouTube, I never get any YouTube notification or anything else. So I think it's important that if people get sniped like that, you go straight into your control panel and set the thing to private. And
there's no evidence that it happened. Yeah.
Exactly, man. You know.
Scumbags or what the fuck?
I know. Pathetic. Yeah.
It is, man.
Exactly.
But cheers to the chat, man. I'm gonna head on here.
Anytime, mate.
Next hangout, I'll maybe come back on and talk about some brighter.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Sort of things, man. But I really appreciate taking the time for a chat.
Of course, anytime, bud. Anytime.
Cheers
for reaching out and cheers for expressing yourself, man.
Cheers. Thanks, man.
All right, bud.
See you later.
Take it easy, mate.
Bye.
Right. Marshall, I sing a wee song. I'm going to nick to the toilet.
Yeah, I'll sing a song to Rudolph, shall I? What are you up to, boy? You know, I know what you're up to. Best you do something about it, okay? I'm not fit for tap dancing, Chris, unfortunately. I'm barely here at all at the moment. Marilyn, it's not open platform today, my love. Saturday we'll be back to normal, I hope. This is in lieu of yesterday, but with a directed narrative. So and Kieran Kieran had a few things that he wanted to talk through, so that's why he's appearing. I know other people have asked if they could come on today. Again, Saturday we should be back to normal by then. Can I whistle? Not with these teeth, dude. This is never going to get old, is it, man? Right, I will. I'll pull a stroke on the lot of you one day, man, and you will hear my dulcet tones for a full length 45, and then you'll be sorry. Rudolph, dude. You want to stay in here, you're going to start behaving properly, okay?
Oh, somebody been naughty, are they?
Yeah.
What am I missing?
Well, we've got verification that chat messages are being selectively screened from some of the moderation, and people in here trying to infer something that I'm not at all happy with. I should talk to you about that after we finish here. I'm not going to dig it up any more than is needed.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I see they've been busy with the sock accounts. So we're at 214 thumbs up, 214 thumbs down. It was at 200 odd thumbs up and 4 thumbs downs or something about 10 minutes ago.
Well, curiously,
I'm so affected by it.
this is the same pattern that we had when the last time certain people were mentioned.
Yeah.
You get any idea, people?
Oh dear. Dear. So it's up to people now to discern for themselves. I've expressed what I've expressed. I'm not affiliated with anybody. I am me, and I can only represent me, and that's the same for every one of you. You don't represent a group or any of that stuff. That's absurd. Totally fucking nonsense. And anybody try to pull you into any of these wee groups, be very fucking weary of them. Yes, I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight that they've thumbed the video down. I'm so distraught and upset that there's so many people that don't like me. Right. What else have I got to say? Right, people, you can air your concerns or whatever you want right now. Let me hear it in the chat, let me see it, and I'll address it right now. Ramsadvigos.com. My fusies is so upset. I don't know how I'm going to cope. WD-40, I know. West Coast Wisdom actually bought me a can of WD-40, which I have, but it's been sprayed once, so I'll just need to get back into it. Yeah, do you even common purpose? Exactly, Meryl. Yeah, authentic intent. People would rather worry about policing your thoughts rather than policing their own. Exactly. Exactly. West Coast news is news. It's a receiver that makes it good or bad. Russian vids, of course, anytime. You can join whenever you like, man. More than welcome. Legendary change, let's chat. No problem. Legendary change, let's have a chat. Right, I see that, flat man. Any probs, Russian vids, anytime. Exactly, Des. Exactly. Sheeps and neeps. Sheeps and neeps is these fair old attacks and shutdowns as well, because he's not scared to hear what he's thinking and what he sees. And I don't like people like that. Talk about the four corners of Earth idea, please. Well, I've entertained it. You know, a square foundation makes sense to me, and you know, it's not a profession. I'm not professing that that's the case. For me, I would, you know, I don't doubt that they've circled the square, and that they have us going round in circles within it. I mean, it's just as feasible as anything else. Like the issue is that people are fine to believe in maps and models all they like. Just don't go promoting it and professing it's the truth. If you have an inclination towards a particular map or model or whatever it may be, then you should be keeping that suspended and all for the push to have the exploration. Then you can verify or falsify your own idea of what this may be. Four walls, square, you know, you get your cardinal directions. I mean, you could imply all sorts of stuff. I think there was the channel Free Energy who kind of came out with some sort of square model first, and then a few other people have subsequently jumped on it. And it's a type of holographic Pac-Man type scenario that people push forwards. But that channel was definitely one of the first, or the first, who started to push that idea. So don't go to the secondary, go to the channel Free Energy, FREEANERGY, if you want to see where that idea originated. And it goes through videos about why, you know, that particular content provider thinks it's so. So it's up to you. You can go and check it out for yourself. Don't listen to these other people who've hijacked the idea and those that ridicule it, because we can't ridicule anything. First and foremost, we don't know. We can't assume to know what the luminaries or the sky or any of these things are, or what the perimeters or the boundaries are. Nobody should be assuming any of that. Lisa, why does everyone ignore how perfectly astrology fits on the EE projection? Well, that's the thing though, Lisa, that's what I'm saying. You know, it might match up in certain aspects, but it doesn't provide, you know, practicality or, you know, anything solid about the full dimensions of the terra firma. We don't know what that is up there. You know, it could be circular, you know, you could have circular motion lights, just like when you walk into a dance hall. The majority of dance halls are square, but you have circular motions going on round about you. Does that mean that the dance hall's a circle? No, it doesn't. No, at least that's the thing. If people start professing that the earth is square, then they're going to be pushed, and, you know, to provide actual measurable proof of why that is so. But they don't have any. They're just insinuating it and professing it to be true without anything solid. I've got an issue with that. You know? We are capable and able as human beings. We don't have to accept cartoons and ideas about where we are, or anything for that matter. We've got the ability to actually find out what things actually are.
Dale, do you want to open the phone up or not? People are asking.
The phone's on. The phone is on. Right, Dale, when people ask us about the flat earth and profess to know about the globe, we say two words: canals, explain. Best wishes, Maloney Brothers, Brighton. Exactly, it's as simple as that. You know, these people will desperately try to explain away actual fundamental facts of our reality. Fuck 'em, Dale, we all have a part to play here. Oh, I'll read that in a minute, I've got a phone call. Hello. Hello.
Hi, I just wanted to ask, so I've come into the flat earth 3 weeks now recently, and I'm always trying to convince, you know, friends and family to look into it.
Right.
So the main thing that they ask me is why would they want to lie? Why would the world want to lie about the shape of the earth? And I just don't have an answer for that.
Well, I can offer you a few things. First and foremost, you know, it doesn't detract from the crime scene. So motive is secondary, and because we don't have, you know, a full explanation of motive, does not negate the crime scene. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's a fallacy in their part. I could also, you know, offer up, well, if human beings are curious, and human beings, if they see a wall or a boundary, or if they know there's a wall or boundary, they will try everything they can to get over the boundary. So if you want to maintain humans in a certain area, then the globe fits perfectly with that, because there is no boundary for a human to get over. They just think there's no way off. So, and, you know, psychologically, they're going to accept where they are without any instinct or inclination to go and pursue exploration, because they don't think there's anything to explore. So for a psychological control mechanism, it's perfect. because, as I say, it's round, it's a ball, there's no way off, and if you could get off, you're into the vacuum of space, and everything else is trillions of miles away from you, so you might as well just sit still and accept the shit that you're living. You know? And that's...
No, that's great. No, that's great. Actually, I actually take that argument on board and try and win the over it, because that's probably the biggest thing right now. They just don't understand the whole, you know, because it's a big item.
Well, ask them if they think that they're being lied to from governments and institutions and other aspects of their life, and then say to them, well, if you know they're lying there, well, why are they lying? You know, it's the same thing. People accept that they're being lied to in different levels, but when it comes to other things, they want to suspend that and say, oh no, it's not a lie. And it all lies with the individual who's saying these things. They have to question their own logic, their own reasoning, because it's flawed, as I say. And just because you don't have motive, which is the main thing, that, you know, you don't walk into a murder scene and say, oh, well, the murder never happened because I don't know why it would happen. It's just preposterous, absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hey, bother. Cool.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy. Right, where was I there? Fucking Dale, we all have a part to play here. My part, I hope, is to show some appreciation for your hard work, mate. Prezi on its way. If you don't oil that door, Dale, we'll have to send you a new shed. People can send me a new shed if they want. I'm in dire need of a new fucking shed. Send me a new shed if you like. Only joking.
Could they send that shed to nocurve@gmx.com, please?
You can forward it to me, mate. Where was that? Dale boy, you're doing a fantastic job, mate. Is the email address nocurve@gmx.com. Buddy, I'm new to all this, but 100% behind you, Matty boy. Bahoy. Cheers, Matty. Should be 100% behind the objective facts. If you feel that I'm representing the objective facts, then by all means, I accept that. But don't be behind me, be behind yourself. Empower yourself and stand up for it yourself.
Somebody's suggesting that they're trying to that the phone number won't connect. So you've just heard somebody on that phone number. So if you'd like to try again, please.
No, it's 07393 654 544. Heading towards Antarctica in a wooden shed. Well, it's withstood Scottish weather for 10 years, so must be alright. Who is it that's trying to phone? Nice one, West Coast.
Legendary change.
Legendary change. Oh, this was the chap or the user that was wanting to have a chat with me. Well, legendary change, ring the phone. You can have that discussion, that chat, whatever you like. Cheers, Execrate. As I say, I'm not trying to bring justified drama or drama for the sake of drama. It's not about that. It's very real. It's my experience and it's my concerns about what I see going on. As I say, it's what I've actually lived. So, you know, I've aired my concerns. People are free to do whatever they want now. That's the last I'm going to say on it. I'm not interested now. You know, I can only look out for me and maintain my own mind, if you like. So it's up to everybody else to start discerning. I've said what I've got to say. That's the end of it. Do you know the truth about Hitler? No, I don't know Hitler. I know all people have got to go on as stories and hearsay and bits of stuff written down in books. You never lived it. It wasn't your experience. So nobody knows anything about something that they didn't live. I take it that noise of the door is coming through quite clearly, is it? I'm just used to it. I'm just used to it. So, I apologise if it has affected your viewing pleasure. The BBC would like to apologise to all its viewers. We'll take something off of your bill. Well, I'm going to wait 5 minutes to see if any of these people phone me here. If anybody else wants to phone, 07393 654 544. What size shed? 12 foot by 12 foot. And I want marble inlay, some pillars, some granite pillars with some carvings in them, personal carvings, and a ramp for the bike to get in with a nice wee cover and duke it for it. Hiya. What? What? You coming to see me? Hiya. 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 This is a regular occurrence when I'm trying to get peace in the shed. These two wee pests annoying me continually. You're on foot, that's you, there's people watching. People watching you. Say hiya. Yeah, there you're there. Who's that? You stick your tongue out. That's the best I've ever heard. You could be a content provider on YouTube. You talk more sense than anybody. Aye. Right, go away now. Get something to say. Get something to say. What? Xander? Right, you going? You're going to hear him. Right. Bye. Going to shut that door for me, Xander. Xander. You coming to say hello as well? Come here. Might as well get everybody in here. This is my other pest. Come here. Come on. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? It's my other pest. I just abuse them and I just batter them. They give me love and cuddles because I'm so aggressive. So aggressive with them. They just hate me. You know? Big scary devil dogs, you know, that stuff's best dogs ever. Telling you. Right. Go. 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 There you go. Right. Right. Careful what you ask for, you will have to build it. Send me a granite lined shed you like, I will gladly build it. Oh dear, we're having a meet up today in Vancouver at Shamrock Alley, English Bay, 5 PM. It's only 9:45 AM here at the moment. All the best to you and thank you for your perseverance, Veronica and Kazimierz. Excellent. There's a meet up. If anybody is in that area, I highly recommend Kazimierz and Veronica to go and meet up with them. So cheers for letting me know that you are having that meet up, guys. If I had known beforehand, I would have, you know, shouted it out a lot earlier. So hopefully some people hear this and take you up on the offer. I'm just going to read that out again so that so it's Shamrock Alley, English Bay at 5 PM. I'm still not getting this phone call that I was told I was going to get. Right.
Dude, Shamrock Alley, whereabouts?
Yes, I said it. I read it out. Shamrock Alley, English Bay at 5 PM.
Right. Is that the
Vancouver.
follow? That's Vancouver. Okay.
I read the whole message. Vancouver
Yeah.
at Shamrock Alley, English Bay at 5 p.m.
Sorry, dude.
Right.
It's always worth giving it a second shout anyway. Veronica, very much appreciate the work that you and Kazimierz are doing, and it's fantastic to see the Polish contingent really making some headway there.
Yeah. Aye, Dale is a big teddy bear, but Dale's all-rounder, balanced. You know, just because, you know, you can be aggressive and take no shit in certain aspects of your life doesn't mean to say that that's how you apply your life everywhere. That's, you know, I've tried to offer that to people. There's a time and a place for things, and it's about taking control and applying all these things where they're justified and where they're needed. You know, when it comes to oppression and people trying to shut down, you know, your freedoms, your rights as a human being, to know and understand the fundamental foundations of your existence, then I am going to be the most abusive, aggressive, you know, vicious fucker ever, because I don't accept that, and neither should any of you. You know, I would encourage that in anybody. You know, you don't, you know, judge an animal when it's backed into a corner and somebody's trying to trap it for being vicious and aggressive. No, just leave them be. Don't stick your fucking neb in where it's no wanted. And what right have you got to try and cage and pen that animal in? Fuck you, cunt. That doesn't mean to say that animal's no then going to go back and be nurturing and loving with, you know, its family and stuff. I mean, this is a problem with people. They just take surface things, you know, one avenue of viewing somebody, and then they apply it and generalise them to a whole. It's pathetic. But this is the tactics that these fucking dipshits continually, while professing themselves to be kumbaya and brotherly and all that fucking shite. At the end of the day, it comes right down to it. I would be the first one out of all these fuckers to put my hand out and help somebody in need. I would be the first. These fuckers wouldn't. Unless there's something in it for them. Cheers, V. Thomas. Appreciate it. Right, well, it's been a afternoon of, I don't know what to put on it, but I've had to say what I've had to say. You know, it's been coming for a long time. It's been annoying me. It's been eating me up. And that's just part and parcel of this journey and experience. So at the end of the day, I don't care. You know, people are here, people are not here. I'm not going to waver. I'm going to represent the way I've always represented, and it's not going to change until I get what I'm looking for out of this, which is to find out exactly where I am. Okay, I don't accept cartoons and push and hierarchy and browbeating and authority. I'm not accepting any of it. If you've learned anything through this whole process, you should have learned to be a direct realist, to empower yourself and base things on your direct knowing. That's it. Eradicate your mind of the chatter and the want to grasp onto things that are of no relevance to you whatsoever, just to seem important or knowledgeable. The only real knowledge you can have is what you experience yourself. End of story. That's it. Hi, thanks for your channel and courage. I have a question. If Russia and America are both aware of the true nature of things, do you think they are truly at odds with each other and could potentially go to war? Kind regards, Peter. Well, I think it's obvious, Peter. I mean, they're flying about in tin cans, are they not? They're jumping on big penis-shaped rockets and being brothers in arms and all that stuff, going to tin cans in outer space and down to big patches of ice to be brothers in arms. But yet in the middle, or in the propaganda circle, they're at odds with each other. I don't fucking think so. But who knows what they're going to throw at us to try and distract us and maintain their control. Who the fuck knows? I don't rule out any possibility. But just because they profess and act out a certain thing doesn't mean to say it is the way they've professed it to be. You know, there's always an underlying story, an underlying agenda. So it's up to you what you believe and what you take. Anyway, thanks for joining me, people. And I hope that you realise what I'm saying and why I'm saying and what I'm doing, There's certainly no further reasons that's going to be professed by these people. So people airing their concerns and asking these questions are justified and right to do so. And at the same time, I'm always here. I'm open to dialogue. People can discuss it however they want with me. So I've got nothing to hide. So Magumba, Jonah Worms, Marshall, Des, everybody in the chat, Kieran, cheers for phoning in, man. Appreciate it. I'll see you very soon, people. Take it easy.